2014 World Champion winners here. Gaming, we will see you budging. The curse has been broken. A dynasty has been cemented. They are the greatest roster in Call of Duty history. Object Gaming are officially the Call of Duty World League champions.
Going into this tournament after Miami has been a little bit tough. The team is we sort of got demoralized from that event, and I think that we've all sort of brushed it off, and took a while to brush it off. But besides that, it was a fundamental failure to do anything at Miami. This time of year, it's definitely harder on the significant other. I think that if you don't realize that, then you're an idiot. But pretty much, it's we're working for 12 hours a day at times. It's very difficult for them because you're sitting here you might be having fun, you might be laughing and stuff, and they're sitting out here or they're at work where it's not as fun as playing video games. We get to play video games for a living at the end of the day. So, but either way, it's it kind of sucks because that you can't really go out on dates. You can't really, I want to walk my dogs and do all that stuff, but it's really hard to do because at the end of the day, when you do that, you're sacrificing time that you could be spending to get better. And another thought in your head is always that, what about the people who don't have dogs, who don't have a significant other, who don't have, anything in their lives except for video games, which is completely fine, but they're grinding. And while you want to, do something like that, they're getting better while you're not. So that's always a thought in the back of probably every single player's mind. So pretty much it's a complicated situation. I've been with Dana for 3 years now. So we've done this plenty of times, and she has a lot of leniency for me playing a lot, so that really helps. I know I've been probably the worst person to do chores around the house around this time of year, so she's probably looking forward to when the season's over and I start helping out around the house a lot more. But at the end of the day, this is providing for us. So she completely understands that, and I think that that really helps me have a peace of mind. I would say this year it's a little bit more of another event. I think that that's the best way to look at it. If you look at it as in you've been saving your gun skill for the last event of the year, maybe that's true, but what have you been doing the rest of the year? So I just think that I kind of laugh at those players because it's you could be great, but you're just choosing not to. You're choosing to save it until champs, where it does mean more than all the other events. But champs, it might be the last champs. That's something to think about. So. But either way, I think the best way to perform at your best is to think about it it's just another event. And I think if you add that extra pressure of the money, the prestige, all that stuff around the actual event itself, that you're going to play worse and you're going to you won't be as comfortable. So I've been to 60 events in total, maybe a little bit over that. So I'm just viewing it as that, maybe, a little bit added pressure on myself, but that's to make me play better, just to think about hey, this is the last champs. Like this will solidify, like, you know, who has all the rings and who's the Lord of the Rings. I don't know why. That wasn't funny. But yeah, I just think, I mean, it's another event, and I think that how this year's gone, like we've been so close yet so far, and I think that, you know, just thinking about not the fact of how much money there is or getting a ring or doing this and that, like that doesn't matter. I just think that, you know, I think it would be really cool if we, you know, we won the first event, struggled throughout the year, and then came back to win the last one. So that's something that I want to do. Like Damon always asks me, like, how do you remember all these situations, all these matches, and all this stuff in the past? And it's just like, because that's what I'm playing for. I'm playing for like that feeling of like, you know, the challenge and then getting over it. I think that's what I've always played for, and I think that everything else is sort of just a distraction of that. And, you know, if you really enjoy the game, then that there should be no better feeling.